The movie opens in a motel room around 2 a.m. in the night. We see Alice, a 30-year-old woman, answering a phone call from her husband, Eric, before rushing into the bathroom. Eric speaks to her kindly and reminds her that they have an appointment with a fertility doctor later that day. We learn that Alice works as a social media manager for a pharmaceutical company and is currently traveling home after attending an important convention. However, what Eric does not know is that Alice is having an affair with her co-worker and close friend, John. In the next scene, Alice and John check out of the motel and continue their drive. Along the way, we learn that Alice and Eric have been struggling to have a child. As they drive, John suddenly notices that the fuel gauge is nearly empty. This confuses him because he clearly remembers filling up the tank just the day before. Still, he pulls over at a nearby gas station to refuel. While John stays outside to pump gas, Alice goes inside the small store to buy coffee. At the same time, we see that the car is leaking fuel, which explains why the gas ran out so quickly. Near the station, there is a large billboard that reads, "God is nowhere." Inside the store, Alice walks to the counter, but no one is there. She leaves money on the counter and is about to leave when she notices blood splattered across the walls. As she tries to run, she's suddenly shot in the arm by an unknown attacker. More bullets are fired in her direction, forcing her to crawl for cover. Alice cries out for help, but no one responds. Outside, John is sitting in the car with loud music playing, completely unaware of what is happening inside the store. Alice quickly ties a tourniquet around her wounded arm to stop the bleeding and notices that the shooter is positioned on the billboard. She spots her phone a few feet away and tries to reach it, but before she can grab it, the sniper shoots and destroys it. With no way to call for help, Alice looks for another way to survive. Soon, she finds a walkie-talkie on a nearby desk. Reaching it is dangerous because the desk is in the sniper's line of sight. Thinking quickly, Alice throws a few bags of chips into the air. When the sniper shoots at them, she rushes forward and grabs the walkie-talkie. Meanwhile, outside, John notices the fuel level dropping again and realizes the gas tank is leaking. He also realizes that Alice has been gone for long and goes inside the store to look for her. The moment he enters, he's shot in the neck by the sniper. John collapses to the floor and begs Alice for help, but the sniper fires again and kills him. Shaken and terrified, Alice uses a mop handle to pull the walkie-talkie closer. She tells the man on the other end her name and explains what is happening inside the store. The man asks about his wife Amelia working in the store, but Alice tells him there is no one else there. Hearing this, the man says he has called the police. Suddenly, the man begins laughing wildly and admits he was the sniper. Looking around the store, Alice notices the light switches. She throws objects at the switches, but they miss. Then she notices that the shelf she's hiding behind has wheels. Slowly, she pushes it forward, avoiding gunfire, and manages to leap across the room and shut off the lights. Soon after, Alice tries to contact someone else on the radio, but the call keeps connecting to the sniper. He tells her that no one else is around except him, Alice, and his wife, Amelia. Alice then realizes that Amelia's dead. The sniper reveals that he killed his wife because she was cheating on him. This terrifies Alice even more because she herself has been cheating on her husband. She begins to wonder if the sniper targeted her for this reason, or if she was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. After some time, a car pulls into the gas station. A man named Doug steps out and enters the store, calling out for his girlfriend, Amelia. Alice urgently warns him to get down and tells him there is a sniper nearby. She quickly figures out that Doug may be the man Amelia was having an affair with. Alice asks Doug to call the police, but he explains that he left his phone in his car. However, Alice soon realizes something strange. Since Doug entered the store, the sniper has stopped shooting. This makes Alice suspicious that Doug might actually be the sniper. Doug strongly denies this and explains that he and Amelia both work night shifts and that he came there just to see her. Alice is unsure who to believe and tells Doug to go back to his car and retrieve his phone. Doug is terrified and clearly does not want to risk it, but after Alice insists, he finally agrees. As soon as Doug reaches his car and tries to grab his phone from the holder, he's shot and killed. This proves that he was telling the truth all along. He was not the sniper, This makes Alice completely devastated, to say the least. Soon after, the real sniper comes back on the radio and accuses Alice as she sent Doug on a mission, knowing that he would never survive. The sniper then explains that he is disgusted by Alice's line of work, claiming that she helps create drugs that ruin countless lives. The sniper also knows that Alice climbed the corporate ladder by betraying others and that she's a selfish person who deserves to die. He goes on to accuse her of falsely accusing a man of sexual assault to advance her career. As a result, the man lost his job and had no money left to care for his sick daughter. As the sniper continues talking on the radio, Alice notices several umbrellas near the counter and starts thinking of a plan. She quietly lines up the umbrellas, but as soon as the sniper notices what she's doing, he fires several shots into the gas station. Alice manages to reach the exit door, but it turns out to be locked. She then looks around for something that could break the padlock, but nothing works. Alice becomes emotional and tries to reason with the sniper. She tells him that she has been unable to have children and that this has already caused serious problems in her marriage. To her shock, the sniper already knows she is cheating on her husband. He insults her, calling her irresponsible, and says the world would be better off without her. And Alice starts wondering if the sniper is her husband, Eric. At this moment, imagine yourself in Alice's shoes. What choice would you make if the line between survival and guilt was this thin? Suddenly, Alice sees a police car speeding toward the gas station. For a moment, she feels hopeful, but the car drives past without stopping. Using this distraction, Alice sneaks out of the store and quietly moves toward John's car. The sniper keeps calling out, asking where she is. When Alice tries to get into the car, the sniper shoots at her. She has no choice but to run back into the store. During this escape, she's shot again, this time in the thigh. Alice collapses in pain and begins to lose consciousness. Somehow, she manages to treat her wound and slow the bleeding. As Alice looks around the store, she notices a work uniform belonging to a man named Henry. He was fired weeks ago, but his belongings are still there. Among them is a photo of him with his daughter. Alice grabs a hacksaw and tries again to cut the padlock, but she accidentally injures her hand. Frustrated, Alice grabs the radio and tells the sniper that killing her will not solve his problems. She calls him Henry and says she understands his pain. After a long silence, the sniper replies, "Who's Henry?" Soon after, another car pulls up to the station. An elderly man steps out to get gas, but he notices Doug's dead body and panics. This alerts the sniper, who immediately shoots him. Moments later, the man's wife exits the car, and Alice desperately tries to warn her to hide, but the sniper shoots her as well. At that moment, Alice notices a young girl named Cindy sitting in the car. She has just watched her grandparents die and is too frightened to move. Alice immediately begs the sniper to spare the child. Think ahead. If you were Alice, how would you get both yourself and Cindy out alive from this trap? He asks Alice if she would give up her life to save Cindy. Without hesitation, Alice says yes. The sniper then gives her 2 minutes to make the child leave. Alice begs Cindy to run toward the road, but the girl is too scared. Instead of leaving, Cindy runs inside the store to hide. With no other options, Alice blocks the door and starts cutting through the exit's padlock again. At the same time, the sniper climbs down from the billboard and begins walking toward the store to finish everything. Alice finally breaks the padlock, only to discover there's no escape as another locked shutter was behind it. She hides Cindy, grabs whatever she can use as a weapon, and prepares herself. The sniper enters the store and begins searching. He asks Alice who he really is. Is he a man sent by her betrayed husband, a co-worker who lost his job because of her, or a father who lost his daughter after she took drugs made by Alice's company? As he reaches a corner, Alice jumps out and stabs him in the back with a metal rod. But it is not enough to stop him. He fights back, and the two struggle as Alice tries to remove his mask. Suddenly, a gunshot is heard, and Alice falls to the ground, appearing dead. The sniper approaches Cindy, and as he tries to remove his mask, Alice strikes him with a fire extinguisher. She hits him again, knocking him down for good. Alice drags him to a hydraulic press, desperate to see who he really is. But before she can remove the mask, the machine crushes his skull, ending the nightmare. Alice will never know who the killer truly was, or what his real motive was. Alice is not faring well herself, and soon she collapses to the floor. Slowly, she loses consciousness and dies. Think for a moment. How would Cindy carry the weight of what she survived, and what choices might shape her future now? The movie ends with Cindy, the only survivor of the horror, walking out of the gas station and down the empty road. If you enjoyed this recap, like, subscribe, and check out other interesting movie recaps like this on our channel. Thanks for watching.